Oh, we can hold this wave. We've done it before. I just messed up. I forgot to build my sawmill, which made everything terrible. Fix it.
Is everything okay? Come on.
I know that you are skeptical by nature, Miri, but I know once you embrace our discovery, you and the entire board will come over to our way of thinking.
Yes.
Hold the colony!
We'll get 3 ballistas again. I'll stick with the ballista approach, because I know how to pull that one off.
On your orders. Charge! Attention. Building completed. Sorry, sir. I was
Oh,
cleaning
hang
my
on.
weapon.
Need to change the train. Energy. There we go.
Ready?
Sounds about right.
Tell me. Ready and waiting. Attention. Building completed. Orders, sir.
Also to start better. Yes.
Come on.
I mean, we'll make more units after the second wave, I think, or just around the second wave.
Tell me. Attention. Building completed.
We can skip doing that for a while. We'll save quite a bit.
Attention. Building
Does somebody need a mayor?
Extra food.
ready and waiting. Orders, sir. Any orders? Attention. Building completed. Units under attack. Do you need me?
Oh, let's not lose soldiers this time.
Just tell me what to do.
We'll have to.
Is everything okay?
You get me? Yeah, it's... I mean, it takes a while to pay off, though. Not a bad one, though.
Any orders?
Once we have... Like, there's a 30 food mayor. That's the one I compare it to, so... I don't know by when we'll have full 10 counter cottages. Because only at that point it gets better than what we already have. Or would have.
Any orders? Our soldiers are in trouble. All the way. Come on.
Go back again.
Tell me. The train understood at the station. Come on. Our forces are in danger. On your orders. Attention. Building complete. Waiting on orders. All right. Come on. Perfect. Bring 'em on. Attention. Building completed.
Okay, so this time let's get that sawmill. Yeah, it's a lot better than some of the mayors you can get, though. Not really terrible.
Do you need me? Attention. Building completed. Waiting on orders. Do you need me?
Incentivized to build more
Attention.
under cottages too, which is nice.
Guide me to the effect. Waiting on orders.
Using all our resources nicely. Pretty much
We don't like each other.
everything's used up.
We each have our own motivations for undertaking this mission, so let me give you a little warning. I cannot be circumvented. I cannot be tricked. I cannot be manipulated. And I cannot be bought. You come at me straight and keep the fancy maneuvers for your next board meeting. Just because my father swam with the sharks doesn't mean that I do.
That will be easy. Tell me.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Just tell me what to do.
Always waiting for the train. It'll bring food and energy.
Orders? Come on.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Tell me.
One of zombies nearby is quite impressive too though.
Just guide me to
Attention. Building
Of
completed.
course.
At this side so we see.
All right.
Attention.
All the
Building
way.
completed.
Any orders? Understood. Is everything okay? Orders,
Will not
sir.
win soldiers, they're trying so hard. Can't just get any kills. I would say just get good, but that would be rude.
Tell me. All the way.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Commander?
Well, I mean the initial push is still working out.
All right. Tell me.
Nice.
Great idea, sir.
Attention.
Waiting on
More
orders.
work to build.
Completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention.
My wood workshop somewhere soon.
Orders, sir.
Attention. Building completed.
Is everything okay?
I present your mayoral candidates.
I mean, we could use the iron for the snipers, right? Oh, has energy is pretty nice long term. It doesn't do anything right now though, because we don't have any buildings that take enough energy for it to be useful.
Attention.
Just
Building
tell me what to do.
completed.
Do you need me?
Attention. Building completed.
Tell me. All right. Ready and waiting. Orders, sir. Come on. That will be easy.
Units under attack.
At your service. Understood.
Have to pull again.
All right. Ready and waiting. Great idea, sir.
Attention. Building completed.
Any orders?
Some energy, we'll need that for the towers too.
Come on.
And then
The train has arrived at the station.
We're gonna be quarry positions. Slightly off this time.
Attention. Building completed. Our soldiers are in trouble.
Tell me.
Attention. Building completed. Our forces are in danger.
I'll need to research the
Need me? Perfect.
Attention.
List
Building
us.
completed.
Next gold we get.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Just tell me what to do. At your service.
And we got the location to build them too, so
Attention. Building completed.
Commander?
Attention. Building completed.
Orders, sir. Great idea, sir.
the iron just in case I want it, but I don't think so.
Captain Diego and I have sealed off Deck 3.
He and I are now of one mind. Our bodies
Bodies are changing too. Sometimes it hurts terribly. And sometimes it is
marvelous. Something wonderful is happening.
happening to me.
Come on.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's go.
Attention. Building completed.
Any orders? On your orders.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
I guess a bit more wood would have been nice, just so I can build those ballistas actually.
Technology research finished.
Tell me.
Attention. Building completed.
Get a lot of wood production soonish though, so
Let's go.
somewhat out.
Waiting on orders. All right. I will kill our enemies.
The walls are under attack at the station.
Perfect.
Attention. Building completed.
Of course, my commander.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Come on.
Just piling up down there.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Any orders? Let's go.
Units under attack.
Oh man.
They are trying to break through.
Just tell me what
Save my ballistas.
understood.
Our soldiers are in trouble. The walls are under attack.
Tell me.
Attention.
Come on.
Technology research finished.
Ready and waiting. Tell me. Let's go. For the colony! Come on. Commander? Waiting on
They are
orders.
trying to break into the building.
Need me? Commander? Is everything okay?
No, I need some walls.
Any orders? For the colony!
Well,
Do you need me?
so
Understood.
will probably not go well then.
Commander? Great idea.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Orders, sir.
Our buildings are being attacked. Attention. Building
forces are in danger. Attention. Building completed.
Somewhat holy.
Attention. Building completed.
Any orders?
Our defenses are being
Is
attacked.
everything okay? Waiting
This so we can get the other sawmill.
They are trying to break through.
Hey, ferret. How you doing?
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, you might be fine now, actually.
The train has arrived at the station. Attention. Technology research finished. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Maybe.
on your orders.
Attention. Building completed.
Commander? Let's go.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Getting that.
Attention. Building completed.
I would say it's time to get some stone too now. Still holding there. Yeah, if I could defend us a bit forward, we could get 2 sawmills. Like, that would be so much better.
Building complete.
Instead of waiting now. Would have also gotten this on this side instead of... Like, this one is better, but it takes so much longer to get. It's probably not better. I think it's this one here.
Attention. Building
Yeah, new 29 years later, man.
Attention. Technology research finished.
Oh, not first attempt.
Commander?
But some tries already. I don't know how many.
Waiting
Really?
on orders.
Attention. Building
Maybe.
completed.
Is everything okay? Orders, sir. Waiting on orders.
Attention. Building completed.
Just guide me to the infected.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Time to get
Commander?
all of this going.
At your service.
Time for work. Well, have a great
Building
day at work.
I've received an e-message from Anatoly. He's not well. The corporate protocols specify I can remove the senior executive officer if he's found unfit for duty.
Will there be a tower of shock after all? Probably not.
Understood.
Attention.
Probably try more
Building
ballistas.
completed.
At least.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Commander?
Orders, sir.
Attention. Technology research finished. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Sorry, sir. I was cleaning my weapon. All right. Let's get them!
The walls are under attack. Attention. Building completed.
Okay, well, getting some fish in here. Quite a bit of food now. Could clearly use more wood production. I don't know. This last time. Will it be a single Lucifer? Probably not. No, there's no oil production. Well, if we get it in and the inn produces a Lucifer, then yes. Otherwise, no.
Attention. Building completed.
Commander?
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Technology research finished. Ready for arrival to station.
Which we probably should get. Gonna rush for the bank? Well, I wouldn't say rush. We'll get a stonework drop soonish though, yeah.
All right.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Waiting on orders.
Attention. Building completed.
Orders, sir. Tell me. Come on. Just tell me what to do.
I'll try to get my ballistas up there.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Tell me. Just guide me to the infected. Tell me.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Just tell me what to do.
Our defenses are being attacked. Attention. Technology
Only
research
16 is soonish, so.
Attention. Building completed.
Buy oil. You can't buy oil though.
On your
Dozens of infected are near the colony.
If you mean directives, I
They
guess.
are approaching from the door.
commander? All right.
They are trying to break through. Units under attack.
I would like to build more walls here.
Attention. Building completed. The walls are under attack. Attention. Building completed. They are attacking the colony defenses. Building completed.
No, seems to be holding range.
Our defenses are being attacked. Attention. Building completed. They are trying to break through. Attention. Building completed.
Let's hope that north side holds too. The bank.
They are trying to break into the building.
And then next wave you definitely want to have shocking towers. But probably also
They are
snipers.
attacking the colony defenses. Attention. Building completed.
Oh, this was cleared way faster, so that's good.
Your colony needs a mayor.
There's the extra
Our
gold.
defenses are being attacked.
Actually good for the third mayor, that's a good one. Yeah, well, I mean, for the next wave we want stone walls and shocking towers. Wait, why are you not? Front lines. Blasting away. Just... We can get some walls in there, I think we're good. Oh. And even get them repaired.
Walls are under attack.
Then again, now we're not getting flanked anymore, so it might actually be fine now. Oh, I don't even have a
They
market.
are attacking
Oh.
the colony defenses. Attention. Building completed. Our defenses are being attacked. They are trying to break through.
Looking decent, looking decent. I mean, we had this choke point the last time too. We just had 2 less hero ballistas. And I think some soldiers were busy somewhere else. Stone housing.
The walls are under attack. Attention. Building completed.
Oh. And some iron now. We'll start sniper production
They are
soon.
attacking the colony defenses. Our defenses are being attacked. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. They are trying to break through.
So we'll try to claim the north before the next wave. I don't know if we can push further out here.
The walls are under attack.
In that time too, probably not.
Attention. Building completed. Sorry, sir. Our soldiers are in trouble.
By the time the wave is over,
Attention. Building completed.
barely have time to do anything.
Attention. Acknowledging search finished.
My peaceful achievement. What was peaceful?
They are
What
attacking
can't
colony
you do?
defenses.
I don't remember the names of the
Our
specific
defenses are
achievements.
being attacked. Is everything okay?
These waves take way too long. We have like 4 days
They are trying to
after
break
this one.
through. Attention.
No new units? No, I've never done that. I don't like... I don't like playing without units, so I've never done that.
Attention. Building
So no,
completed.
there is no video of them.
Is everything okay? Oh, the human! The walls are under attack. Just tell me what to do. Is everything okay?
North boys.
That will be easy.
I'm not not sure what secrets you and your new buddy Captain Diego have got going up on Deck 3, but I intend to find out. If you continue to refuse to meet with me and my staff, you will leave me no choice but to register a complaint with corporate. If you want to take me seriously, perhaps Sergeant Bronson and her security staff will.
Oh yeah, we also want stone walls.
Defenses.
Do you need me?
Our defenses are being attacked.
Ready
And
and
then, wanted to start sniper production.
Attention. Building completed.
We have 6 ballistas here. This is not the way.
Commander? At your service.
I'm still
Come on.
getting overrun.
They are trying to break through. Attention. Technology research
At your
finished.
service.
The walls are under attack. Our buildings are being attacked.
Need another soldier's injured.
Attention. Building completed.
We'll get snipers now, yeah.
Building completed.
I'm getting some iron from the train, but I'll probably need to order more. Let's face it.
Attention. Building completed. They are attacking the colony defenses.
Any orders?
Shocking towers research will get stone walls now too.
Tell me.
Units under attack.
I mean, I just want to build the walls here.
Attention. Building completed.
Just tell me what
Our
to do.
defenses are being attacked. Attention. Building completed. Our soldiers are in trouble.
Be nice. Get that. Yeah.
Attention. Building completed.
It's unfortunate.
They are trying to break through. The colony is under attack. Attention. Building completed.
All right.
Train
I'll actually defend you.
Tell me.
Attention. Building completed.
At your
On
service.
this side too.
The walls are under attack.
Just tell me what to do.
Our forces are in danger.
Energy and food. Basically everything.
Attention. Building completed. They are attacking the colony defenses. Attention. Building completed. Units under attack.
2 days of relief, yeah.
Just guide me to the
Oh, I need shopping towers.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Waiting on orders.
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready.
Attention. Building completed.
Tell me.
Attention. Building completed. Our defenses are being attacked.
Next wave, here we go. Yeah.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Dozens of infected are near the colony.
I just can't build the bloody walls here.
From the north.
I'm sorry, soldier.
Of course.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Commander, let's go.
You listen to me. Either you disband that little toy army of yours or some real military is gonna come down there and walk all over your Redicops. You can't possibly understand what our mission is here and the glory of our purpose. If you do what we say, you might have a chance to see the glory of humanity. Comply or die, sister. It's that simple.
Seems like a stable person.
They are trying to break through.
Maybe he can survive.
Attention.
Hide him in the
Building
corner.
completed. Our forces are in danger. The walls are under attack.
Any orders? On your orders.
The train has arrived at the station.
We still need more iron. At least for now.
They are attacking the colony defenses. They are trying to break into the buildings. Our defenses are being attacked.
Not a bad idea to kind of... Yeah, it's... Oh, he's nearby if we need him to.
They are trying to break through. Our buildings are being
Like
attacked.
this spot. Maybe it's not a good place to defend.
The walls are under attack. The colony is under attack. They are attacking the colony defenses. They are trying to break into the buildings. Our defenses are being attacked. Attention. Building completed.
Somewhat decent.
Do you need me?
They are trying to break through. The walls are under attack.
And the problem is the waves take up so much time, so you don't get to push.
Attention. Building completed.
We need a foundry. Not much to claim with it.
They are attacking the colony defenses. Our defenses are being attacked.
One of those have a path too. The only problem is it's gonna wreck my wood income, isn't it? Might have to buy a lot.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Get some more iron so we can. Yeah.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention.
Much incoming. Oh, well, prestige is only 33%, so we're probably not going to get anything useful out of it. At least not for a while. Just chilling here.
Building completed.
Forces.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. They are trying to break through.
Commander?
Units under attack.
Orders, sir.
Not even snipers.
Attention. Building complete.
Commander? Understood.
Train arriving at station. Our soldiers are in trouble. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
No, I'm not pointing any fingers. I heard somebody around here
Not really
needs
good.
a mayor.
We'll take the iron reserves.
Attention. Building completed. Our forces are in danger. Units under attack.
Very iron does help, but something else would have been nice too.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
I don't know where we'd be without Delacroix. This whole ship is falling apart. She's the only one who knows what from what. I saw her arguing with that creep Anatoly Koreskin or whatever his name is, and she was giving it to him, but good. But that freak job stares her straight in the eye and starts babbling about how she doesn't know the pleasure of the joyful unity or some such. Mamma mia, the clowns are running the circus.
All right.
And you have some serious issues on that.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
We'll get more wood production now.
Our forces are in danger.
Waiting on orders.
Didn't make it. I'm so sorry.
Units under attack. Attention. Building completed.
At your service.
Attention.
Well, there's more and more specials in there, so
Just tell
I'd
me
say
what
no.
to do.
Attention. Building
If it was just
attention.
normal zombies, maybe, but
Our soldiers are in trouble.
the advantage of snipers is they can kill stuff further away, so you have a bit more time to move.
Our forces are in danger.
Need me? All the way.
I don't think either unit is great for it.
Enjoy your stay.
I'll also use a new housing area, to be honest. Because I'm running out of stone to upgrade the one we have.
Attention. Building completed. Units under attack. On station. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
So it's continue to help off this person. Yeah, true. I'm not saying the soldiers are bad here,
Are in trouble.
Understood.
but if the soldiers we have die, I won't replace them. Put it that way.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
I do need to reinforce these sides too, though. More snipers. I don't know how big these waves are gonna be. Looks like we are gonna need to defend this choke point here.
Attention. Building completed. Our forces are in danger.
North choke point.
Attention. Building completed.
Like, I guess we want the foundry for executors at some point.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Hey, D-Rocks.
Attention.
Doing fine. I'm fine today. Trying my best to, well, do decently at this map.
Attention. Building completed.
46%. We might be able to get all units
Near
at
the
some
colony.
point.
They are approaching from the north. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Building completed. The walls are under attack.
I'll use harpies now.
They are attacking the colony defenses. Our defenses are being attacked. Our buildings are being attacked. They are trying to break through.
Guide me to the unit. Tell me. All right.
The walls are under attack.
Orders, sir.
Okay, well, we damaged the walls a bit, but we were fine. Good sign. Nice of pincer tank. Yeah. I really need a new housing area though. Okay. I mean, at least we're getting snipers technically here. Not what we want.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed. The colony is under attack.
Oh, that's terrible actually.
Colony defenses.
To build it here, the tree is in the way.
They are trying to break into the buildings. Attention. Building completed.
Oh, wait. The wave is still ongoing. Oops. Units from the enemy the same cost as normal units?
Building completed.
Yeah. I mean, they don't cost the others. They don't cost the iron, so I guess that's better, but... Like, they cost 675 gold, the sniper. Compared to 300 gold. Sure, I'll save the iron, but... And the veteran. So, and use somewhat safe building them, but it's not worth it. Not in my book. Yeah, there's a lot of waves. Well, there's the constant wave, and then there's the big waves every 8 days.
Sniper is ready.
Oh, look at that. The snipers from here are killing stuff over there. Nice.
Sniper is ready.
I like it.
Attention. Building completed.
I said I might want a foundry so we can get
Our buildings are
executors
being
at some
attacked.
point. Yeah, they need to change that somehow. Or, no, would be nice. I mean, the oil units is nice because you don't need oil, right? So there's a real advantage. Usually it doesn't make sense to go for it, but in some custom maps that can be useful. For the normal units, there's usually no reason.
I need to kill something. Who do you want me to punish? Let's go. Expel this car.
Orders, sir. Hold the colony!
Like thing. I feel like they could improve it. Like the idea is neat. The execution could be better. Yes, that's what I would say.
My rifle is ready.
Tell me.
Attention. Building completed.
My rifle is ready. That's a certain kill.
Let's go.
Sniper is ready. Sniper is ready.
I fear now for my life. I think this has gone beyond any imaginings of Diego and Korenskin. I do not believe they are in control at all. We must discover what it was they found and why they guard the secret so jealously. I think this is more important than my life, or your life, or the life of this ship. Be brave and be careful.
Well, oh, can we put a bunch of snipers here and kill stuff? Making it easier to push this wave here.
Attention. Building completed.
All the way.
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready.
A timely reappearance. The dungeon
Units
awaits.
under attack.
Templar-a-thon, thank you so much, man. What a
Technology is
5
research.
months?
Unwavering
Much
purpose.
appreciated.
Building complete.
How you doing?
Building complete.
Well,
Building
I don't think we'll find oil, but
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready. Sniper is ready. Sniper is ready. Sniper is ready. Yes, sniper is ready.
over here, please.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Your sniper at your service.
Our forces are in danger. Attention. Building completed. Attention.
I mean,
Building complete.
I feel like the inn is balanced around survival though, or it should be, right? So, but it's not good enough there in my opinion.
Attention. Building completed.
Who do you want? Sniper is ready.
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready. Your sniper at your service.
Attention. Building completed.
Bullseye.
Units under attack.
Yes, tell me what to kill. Sniper is ready then.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Well, the 55.4% gives us 2 rangers and 2 soldiers. So much for getting a Lucifer or something like it. We tried, guys, we tried.
Sniper is ready. You want me to punish?
Attention. Building completed. Our forces are in danger.
Any orders?
Patient Watson died at 0240 of non-specific causes. Despite zero respiratory and brain function, the body is still displaying autonomous motor function. Autopsy is set for 1630, and then we'll see what makes this Lazarus tick.
Well, we have 2 more days. We'll probably have to defend here. I'm pushing a bit more just to see.
Units under attack.
Who do you want me to punish? I need to explode the skull. Bullseye.
Tommy, I don't know what's going on here. Ever since we received orders to clear out Deck 3, people have been disappearing. There's a kind of gloom hanging over everybody, but no one seems to be willing to talk about it. I don't like it.
Well,
Is everything okay?
things aren't going well, are they? It's a nice choke point. Don't think I can reach it though in time. Can try, but
Our defenses are being attacked.
Sniper is ready. Sniper is ready.
They are trying to break through.
Sniper is ready. Sniper is ready. Your sniper at your service.
yeah, it's not happening in time. Let's fall back. We'll defend here.
Sniper is ready.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Our soldiers are in trouble.
So many targets gone. Sniper is ready. Sniper is ready there.
Attention. Building completed.
Dispel the skull. Death, lovely death.
Our forces are in danger. Dozens of infected are near the colony.
Sniper is ready.
They are approaching from the north. Attention. Building complete.
Good thing we didn't try to get that point. I think
Sniper is ready.
was more harm than good.
Train has arrived at the station.
The walls on every side.
Sniper is ready.
Good.
Sniper is ready.
They are attacking the colony defenses. The colony is under attack.
I think we'll need
Our
executors eventually.
defenses are being attacked.
Sniper is ready.
Attention. Building completed.
Ready and waiting. Orders, sir.
They are trying to break through. They are
I mean, they're
defending
killing my
the
shopping
building.
tower here.
They are trying to
And we
break
need
into
better
the
stuff.
buildings. The walls are under attack.
Yes, sir. So many targets gone. Sniper is ready.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Sniper is ready.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Sniper is ready.
They are trying to break through.
At least this is all. It is really nice that we can kill the specials from here. I like that.
Sniper
Although we'll
is
probably fight giants too, so that's not great.
Attention. Building completed.
Yes, tell me what to kill.
Attention. Building
We
completed.
have negative energy.
Sniper is ready.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready.
Attention. Building completed.
So many targets gone. Sniper is ready.
It seems most of it comes up from up there, meaning we might be able to push down here now. Or this is just a closed area.
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready.
I mean, we could just, what we could do is just try to push from here. And not expand further. I don't know if that's a good idea though.
Attention. Building completed.
I think it's closed off. Yeah, it could be. Well, seems there's no way to get iron on this map, so mayors are food, reduce energy, gold, and then 200 iron.
Sniper is ready.
Kill the beholder. Well, don't have iron income, so kinda ruins the beholder here. Still, nothing good there.
Building completed. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Who do you want to punish? I need to kill something. I need to explode a skull. A sniper is ready asking me something. My rifle is ready. Death. No. Nice target.
Units under attack.
I need to kill something.
Do you need me?
So just check this side. It's an interesting spot, yeah, but I need to go all the way to the south.
The time is 16:30. Autopsy subject A. Watson. Now we're going to make the first incision in... Hold him down. I'm trying to, guys. I'm trying.
That scream though. Eeh.
All right.
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready.
I'm still expecting to run in minutes. No,
Something
no.
is going on. Korenskin has sealed himself off in Deck 3. He keeps calling for people to go down there one by one. Vogel, Boynton, Switterak, none of them have come back. If they call for me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And Bronson is starting to make a lot of noise. You're the senior flight officer, you have to act. I would, if I knew what the hell was going on.
Well,
Understood.
quite a few giants over there too.
My rifle is ready. Yeah.
Oh, there's iron. There's iron.
Our forces are in danger.
Sniper is ready.
Units under attack.
Is everything okay?
Sniper at your service.
A new subscriber
it's-
arrives. It fills you with determination.
Never, right? Jeez, no, thanks for dropping the prime.
Attention. Building completed.
This is such a nice place to defend, though. I just don't want to give it up.
Yes, sir. What to kill?
Attention. Building completed.
Nice target.
Attention.
We're pretty direct this actually. We have a lot of gold. I might be able to. To go with the education now. Yeah, I'm not really spending my gold well anymore.
Our soldiers are in trouble. Attention.
It
Building
raised morale.
So many targets gonna win. Yes, tell me what to kill. Sniper is ready. Yeah.
Our forces are in danger.
At your service. Perfect.
Oh, more iron.
Of course, my commander.
Good job.
soldiers are in trouble.
This one goes great. Well, it's going decently so far, yeah. Keep mine and we'll go. More energy.
Our forces are in danger. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Holding one here.
Attention. Building completed.
It's gonna be annoying to hold. So we'll get flanked.
Units under attack. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Also, some fishing.
Attention. Building completed. 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 Attention. Building
The
completed.
glorious transformation is over. We began this journey as pilgrims of commerce,
and we now continue it as pilgrims
of grace. I believed in money, and now I believe in the joy
of the mass.
We shall be our vessel of salvation, spreading our message and our flesh.
I don't know if I want to get the giant over just yet, though.
Let's get them!
You can do it. I'll have to defend here.
Attention. Building completed. The walls are under attack. Dozens of infected are near the colony. They are approaching from the north.
Gonna take a while, but it's like a YouTube video. Tell people to subscribe. I suppose people will figure that out, but they can subscribe. Soldier's a hero. Yeah, I suppose. Except, I don't know where he went. He died. How did he die?
Our buildings are being attacked. Attention. Building completed.
No, the lid
Is under attack.
in. Oh, there's one Thanatos.
Our soldiers are in trouble. They are trying to break into the building.
Make it harder to upgrade my.
They are
Ballista still.
Through. Our buildings are being attacked. The walls are under attack. Our forces are in danger.
There used to be a soldier, yes. Yes, they used to.
Building completed.
I don't know if claiming this side was worth it, to be honest. Maybe I should have just defended here and then you push forward and hide in these pockets from the wave. Maybe.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Oh, I still need more energy.
Attention. Building completed. Our defenses are being attacked. Attention. Building completed.
Well, I wanted a loser for a Titan for the pushing, but I guess now it doesn't matter anymore.
Attention.
Titan would still be nice. Tank.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Great.
They are trying to break through. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
There's still a wave ongoing, but
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
no happy. I'll upgrade the iron quarries at least.
An earnest disciple.
I will kill our
Units under
enemies.
attack.
My rifle is ready. Your sniper at your service. Doesn't matter pushing a bullet through some brains. So many targets covered. Yeah.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Yeah. Shoot a dad.
Our forces are in danger.
Are they really coming from
Attention.
here and here?
Apology research finished.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they are. That sucks.
Your sniper at your service.
One doesn't seem safe there.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Last night I dreamt of brains exploding.
Units under attack.
Almost felt sorry for the general. Good thing it was only almost.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Yes, give me something to shoot. All right.
Our soldiers are in trouble. Attention. Building completed. Here we go.
Sniper is ready.
Halfway.
My rifle is ready.
Walls are under attack.
Something. I smell.
Our forces are in danger.
Sniper is ready. Your darkest thoughts.
Something is taking over this ship. My men look at me like I'm crazy, but it is my responsibility to safeguard this ship and its crew. Screw Anatoly, screw Diego, and screw whatever poisonous influence has desecrated this vessel. I will not abandon my post or my charge.
Oh, that was maybe a mistake.
They are attacking the
It
colony.
was a giant.
My rifle is ready.
Attention. Building completed.
Yes,
Attention. Building completed.
bullseye. Yes, son. What you
I'm not sure it's really worth it pushing forward here.
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready. Your sniper at your service. I need to spit out this cow. Who do you want to manage? I need to kill
I
something.
do need to build a beholder. You need to go to back 20 minutes, replay everything. No, no.
Like a snake with its prey.
Like, you could run in there, hide your troops, and then push forward. Like,
Let's go.
I think you don't need to play more.
Units under attack.
Yes, give me something to shoot.
Attention.
Our illustrious champion returns. Welcome home.
What's up, Chad? He's doing it.
Thank you, Shane.
Sniper is ready. I need to kill something. Who do you want?
Force is getting smaller and smaller too.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
I need to kill something.
Attention. Building completed.
Wait this in a second.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
This is a custom map. Objective is to reach this point on the map.
Our defenses are being attacked. Attention. Building completed.
We're gonna get much further than this here.
Building completed.
So many targets. Gotta love it. I need to kill something.
Our forces are in danger. Dozens of infected are near the colony. They are approaching from the north. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. They are trying to break through. Units under attack.
The directives were that I get more morale basically. I pay gold for morale. Short version of it. Oh, we're getting cake now. We could have studied the students that have been part of it and got the boss. Oh. I really hope these sites hold because we don't have much in terms of executors here.
They are attacking the colony defenses. Our colony is succumbing to the infection. Attention. Building completed. Our defenses are being sacked. They are trying to break through. Our soldiers are in trouble. The walls are under attack.
Oh, my income is dropping more and more.
They are attacking the colony defenses. Our defenses are being attacked.
Morale is... You can check it in the directives here somewhere. It says morale. Mine is currently at 8.
They are trying to break through. Our forces are in danger. The colony is under attack. The walls are under attack. Ready to burst some infected. Units under attack. They are attacking the colony defenses. Attention. Building completion.
Here. Janitors. Isn't this side has more problems than any others? Once that's finished, we can continue there.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
There are giants on the way, but just have to face them.
Attention. Building completed. Our soldiers are in trouble. Attention. Building complete.
Last night I dreamt of brains exploding.
Our forces are in danger.
I need to explode this car. Just give me something to shoot.
I'm trying to get up to find you, Tommy, but I can't. I'm stuck in ops. There's some kind of civil war going on here. The security forces came in and... No, don't freak out. But I'm hurt. But not too bad. I managed to pull together a supply of medkits and a few other goodies. I'm on my way. I promise you, I will not die. I will not die. You do the same, my love. Yours, Becca.
Oh, you fool.
Units under attack.
And I want to get the veterancy wonder.
Our soldiers
I
are
mean,
in trouble.
it's not stated, but I would assume she didn't make it, yeah.
Our forces are in danger.
Let's go. Good day to kill.
Attention. Building completed.
No one makes it on that ship.
Units under attack.
Well, maybe someone. Oh, it's a giant. It's a terrible spot to fight a giant too.
The train has arrived at the station. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Orders, sir.
Just give me something to shoot.
On your orders. Let's go. On your orders.
Our soldiers are in trouble. They are trying to break through. Attention.
Take care of that one.
Completed. Erie, attention. Building completed.
Who do you want to punish?
Commander?
Technology research finished.
Target's gonna love it. I need to explode this car. Yes, tell me what to kill. Yeah, sniper.
Our forces are in danger.
So many targets.
Let's just flank them there.
Attention. Building completed. Units under attack.
My rifle is
They've cut off the central elevator. What's going on? Last night I had the strangest dream. I was in my room by myself. But all of a sudden there was not just me there, but 100 me's. 1,000 me's. The strange thing was, it felt good. I felt like I was part of something. Like I belong. I hope I have the same dream tonight.
Oh no.
Our soldiers are in trouble. Our forces are in danger. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Oh, there's a knot.
Erie,
a good defensive spot here, though.
Waiting on orders. All right. Perfect.
Attention.
Entry point,
Building
yes,
complete.
please.
Units under attack.
Yes, tell me what to kill. Death, lovely death.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
I think there should be another giant zombie here, or maybe that was the one we killed already.
Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready. Your sniper to kill yourselves. I need to kill something. Death, lovely death.
Our forces are in danger. Attention. Building completed.
They're all in use now. I'm wondering where they're hiding. What about the red runner? Yeah, we'll get that soon. Just need a bit more iron.
Attention. Building completed. Units under attack.
It's not a great spot for defense, but
The walls are under attack.
make it work.
Attention.
Oh, we already have that. I really want this choke point here.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Stay where you are, Beck. I mean it. This isn't something you can fight. This isn't something you can run from. If you love me, you won't come looking for me. Just hang tight. I won't let you down.
Oh, things are going great for them. This one does have a story, yeah. But it's not, it doesn't, it's a different to the main game. It doesn't work together. Well, in this one it seems to just change people. In the original one, I don't know.
Our soldiers are in trouble. Building completed.
I might have blocked past them here.
Our horde of infected are on their way. They are approaching from the north. Thanatos. Ready and cool. Yeah. They are attacking the colony defenses. Attention. Building completed.
Oh, I'm gonna build gates, but it's gonna be built.
Trying to break into the building. Our buildings are being attacked. They are attacking the colony defenses. The colony is under attack.
This side is still getting wrecked.
Attention. Building
All my sides are getting wrecked.
break into the buildings. The colony is under attack. They are trying to break through. Units under attack.
Was kann mal die Laste?
The walls are under
That's gonna
attack.
be a pain to push through here. See that?
They are attacking the colony defenses. Our soldiers are in trouble. Our defenses are being attacked.
Definitely could use more executors.
My rifle is ready. Sniper is ready.
I'm supposed to pick up the free energy. It's until you reach the point down there. Not
And
that
a
they
simple man. I cannot explain what has happened to me or this mission. I take complete responsibility. I brought danger to my ship, to my crew, to my honor. I cannot resist the changes that are happening to me. They got Korechkin, but that bastard is weak. I am not weak. I can resist this cancer. And if I cannot, I will remove it forcibly.
Sure you do that.
Attention. Building complete. Rifle station.
Let me crush some skulls. Roger that. My rifle is sniper is ready.
They are trying to break through.
Yes, tell me what to kill. My rifle is ready.
Attention. Building
I
completed.
need to kill something.
Our forces are in danger. Attention. Building completed.
Let's go.
Units under attack.
Oh, this will probably cost some life pushing through there.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Waiting on orders.
Yeah. I will be in the head. Yes, tell me what to kill.
Problem is my income is dropping more and more too.
Yeah.
Bring them on!
Our forces are in danger.
Nice day to die. Good day to kill.
Blaming the east side has given me nothing.
That's a sniper is ready.
Like kind of the main issue.
Let's go. To the death.
I got an email from Korechkin this morning saying he was coming up for an inspection. And when he arrived, it was something revolting. It was Anatoly, but it wasn't. At the same time, it seemed beautiful, and I felt like part of it. He sang to us, all of us, and we felt like one of many.
I mean, I could get the Beholder just to know how the path there is. It might not be worth claiming all these sides. Let's be honest here.
Units under attack.
So many targets.
The Beholder would tell me that.
That's a static kill.
Tell me. Of course, my commander.
Attention.
Oh, the
Building
human!
completed.
Sniper is ready. Yes,
Our soldiers are in trouble.
let's go. Die.
Wait, this is not a path.
Death sentence.
Oh. Well,
Let's go.
Our forces
I
are in
suppose
danger.
not.
Yeah.
Walls are
Oh,
under
they're always
attack.
worth it. Is it there?
The train has arrived at the station. Attention. Building completed. They are attacking the colony defenses. Attention. Building completed. Our
Well, I wasted too much time on walking down there, so we'll have to defend here.
Units under attack.
Try pushing a bit, but I don't think we'll get far.
Tacitus. Ready and cool.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Our soldiers are in trouble.
So many targets. Gotta love it.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Why can't I build here? Oh, no energy.
Attention. Building completed.
Yes, tell me what to kill.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, we might not be able to build past this place much anyway. No. Oh, Mr. Giant.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Your sniper at your service.
Our
Oh,
forces
no,
are
I
in
didn't
danger.
expect two giants in the same place.
Nice target. So many targets. Gotta love it. My rifle is ready. Just give me something to shoot.
Yeah, okay, we can't build past this point anyway, so
Yeah.
we'll have to probably make a run for it at some point.
Building completed. Train has arrived at the station.
And some point would be after the next wave. Nice. They researched the same thing. Yes. In one single range. Yeah, but there's a constant wave. I don't think a shield runs through there.
Technology research finished.
Oh, let's fall back here. We'll wait for the beholder to see how it looks down there.
Units under attack.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Because we might need safe points where we hide from the wave just to survive.
Who do you want me to punish? All right.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Let's go. Last night I dreamt of brains exploding.
They are trying to break through.
I feel like I could have just defended here, I think, down here. Used sniper towers here. Got the beholder, and then, because all of this just pays for the defenses over here. It doesn't make things better. And the waves don't arrive at the same time anyway, so... Doesn't seem worth claiming this east side.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, I mean, game definitely works better on PC. I would completely agree with that.
Who do you want to punish?
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
You know, still hold. Hope we hold all sides. Did upgrade a few more towers, so hopefully better.
A horde of infected are on their way. They are approaching from the north.
Really worried about this. Despite it having
Search finished.
more defenses than all others, it struggles the most still.
The walls are under attack. The train has arrived at the station.
The lag is real.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Well, there only one. No, there's two waves, so we need to get past this spawn
Our
point.
forces are in
Looks
danger.
like.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Repair off.
Infection is spreading across the colony. Our defenses are being attacked.
Holder.
Units under attack.
Where would you hide though from the waves?
They are trying to
I
break
guess you
through.
need to reach this point to hide from the waves, and then you can continue further. Oh,
They are infecting our buildings. They are trying to break into the buildings.
not good.
The walls are under attack. Our buildings are being attacked. They are attacking the colony defenses. Our defenses are being attacked.
Oh, I don't have gold. Need to make it.
They are
Oh,
trying to break through.
we might be able to do it before the next wave. Hopefully, we'll still try to reinforce everything. Whatever. That was way too close. Now it was this side though.
The walls are under attack.
Nothing good in there. Despite having 3 executors here. Should be a well defended spot, you would think.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Yeah, it's not that much. I guess the biggest problem is the constant waves to push against, but we might be able to do it. Yeah.
They are trying to break through.
Yeah, I know, I just didn't have... If I buy the oil, I don't have to go to repair it at the same time, so I needed to wait till I have enough. Otherwise it'll just get reduced. Move out. 6 days to get down there. Have enough snipers to kill that giant. That's the only giant left,
Our
right?
soldiers are in trouble. forces are in danger.
Let's go.
The walls are under attack. Units under attack.
Lovely death. Bullseye.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Your sniper at your service. Like a snake.
Our forces are in danger.
Well, pushing against the wave is pretty shitty. Ooh, losing troops. Because there's also not enough space for staggered pushing. Oh, we can try it, but not ideal either.
So many targets, gonna love it. Like a snake. Your sniper is ready. Alright. So many targets, gonna love it.
Hey, Serge. No. The reaching this point is the win condition.
A new subscriber
But the
arrives.
giant is the last thing that
It
stands in our
fills
way
you
for
with
that.
determination.
Sniper is ready. I need to kill something.
Is everything okay? Great idea, sir.
The scouts report that we will no longer be attacked by further waves of infected. No much further to Valhalla now. Oh, I only needed... Oh. Damn it. We could have gotten here last time.
Forces are in danger.
Before the waves. Well, I guess no more random waves. Only the big waves, right? Or is it no more big waves, but random waves? Well, it seems like random waves are still happening. Either way, I'm building defenses. Thanks so much, Tango Calado. Sorry, I'm kinda distracted. Very much appreciated.
Under attack.
I need to kill something. It's a nice day to die. Last night I dreamt the flames exploded. Sniper is ready.
Orders, sir.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Oh, are we on Stadia again?
They've killed my men, and now they've killed me. I'm almost done. Resist. This is bigger than my little life. The lives of my men, and the lives of the people I was forced to kill. Resist. Humanity demands it. Resist.
Oh, they tried so hard.
Is everything okay?
I mean, yeah, the
Forces are in danger.
Stadia, it could... I don't think the tech is there for it to work yet. It'll take a while. And I'd rather have my PC, but I can see it for people who don't play much or don't have a great PC to work. The voice acting is great on this campaign. Like, or for the message, all the messages for this one have been pretty awesome. And we got morale 10. Got that. Definitely worth it. Make future missions easier, hopefully. And they researched the power plant.
Attention. Technology research finished. Units under attack.
Just one more message down here, right? And then kill the giant. Wait, who is this? Prosperous Elite.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
This is where the Valkyrie, the Prosperous cavalry ship, was docked before it was scuttled.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
overall, this custom campaign looks really well made and thought out. I think it's, yeah. Honestly, like, if it was a DLC for the game, I would have bought it. I would recommend buying it. I guess it depends on the price, obviously, but yeah. Like, the amount of work and quality put into this, it's definitely worth checking out. If you play the game and like it, start with 28 years later, give it a try, and then if you like that, well, continue with 29 years later.
I'm changing. My head is full of wonderful ideas and experiments. They have so many miracles to share, so much knowledge to give. They told me how to make this implant. They said it would make a better me of me. I wish I had more time so I could give it to them.
Corner. I mean, the quality has gotten up for the campaign too. Like, it starts a bit slow, but yeah. There's more experience, and Pop has definitely created a really good map too. Oh, wait, can't go out there. Oh. You fool. Gatekeeper. Man is blocking the entrance and must be defeated. Well, he's dead. Long live the new empire. Watch the shore is a lockbox. Inside is a sealed plastic wallet containing a data log. The words Diary of Rachel Smith are visible. Yes, listen to it.
I've been left to look after Connor on my own, again. He's barely around and I feel like a single parent. I get it. His business is very important, but so is his son. Connor needs a father figure, and without one, he's very impressionable to external influences. Not only that, but we're stuck on this stupid military ship. What a place to raise a child. How am I supposed to keep Connor amused and do my work effectively? I feel terrible that my favorite part of the day is at bedtime, reading him part of his favorite story, The Tempest, as it means I'm about to get some peace and quiet.
Oh, I know this person.
Connor showed not only an interest, but a deep understanding of my work today. He's clearly been watching what I've been doing when I've been working and learning. Mind control isn't a topic I would normally discuss with my own son, but he seems so keen and fascinated. I was thinking that maybe he could provide a fresh perspective on the roadblock I've hit with the project. Husband says I'm obsessed with my work and I should stop working on it. Yeah, I'm obsessed with my work? That hypocrite. Anatoly, however, has been very supportive. It's nice to have someone...
You have returned.
Thanks, Twitting. Dropping the prime here, very much appreciated. Yes, that's Vero. Another awesome Billion streamer, if you don't know her.
Anatoly was part of a great discovery yesterday. On their exploration mission to the dark side of the moon, they found a vein of an organic substance coming through to the surface. It's incredible. Anatoly said that it'll change everything. He's called it the Mass. Oh, and husband spent the day with Miranda again. They're worried about the mind control project, which is now dubbed the Tempest, and he said it's not what the Prosperous are about. He also looked flustered that I'd caught him speaking secretly with Miranda. Now I'm sure there's something going on. I'll find out soon enough.
Well, things went wrong from there.
We've made great progress with the project, but something's going on. The other day, one of the guards, a weak-minded fool, collapsed and seemingly died. But then, in the medical lab, he reanimated and it just killed Dr. Watson.
Welcome back, let's play this.
I'm really worried about Connor. He said he's been reborn and has talked about using the mass to experiment on people. He said, if we spread the mass,
yes, you do, D-Rocks.
Then we won't be alone anymore, and we'll be together forever. But I fear we're not the ones in control of this mass. He's such an intelligent young man, but my fears of him being neglected as a child, leaving him vulnerable, are coming true. He says his new name is Caliban, And mine will be Sycorax. People from his favorite story, The Tempest. I was worried about him, so I spoke to Anatoly about it. He said not to worry, and if we can meet on deck 3, then everything will be okay.
I like how it references back to the 28 years later campaign. Like, he encountered Caliban and Sycorax in their relationship back then already. Yeah, very exactly. Caliban was the final one to defeat in 28 years later. Or no, that was the giant in the labs, and then Sycorax was the final one to defeat, I think. One of those. It's been a while, but yes, they've been in the story before. Which I think just makes this even better.
Today's the day everyone joins us. No one will have to be alone ever again. Those who resist will die.
Get that changed though suddenly. Well, we're just finding out how this is basically the origin story of the Tempest, or the infection, basically. Last time we just fought survival and free England, and this time we're finding out how it happened. Well, that was pretty nice.
Our forces are in danger.
Look at the infected spawning here. Crossbows will live forever within the mass. We are the Tempest. Well,
Orders, sir. Let's go.
surprise. The elite guy died. Maybe you can save him actually. Didn't say anything on those. Nope. Interesting that it just spawns one every time.
They are trying to break through.
You might be able to save him. I don't know if it does anything if you do. We killed the sun, at least. You left her alive. Oh, I might have left her alive too. I'm not sure.
The walls are under attack.
I'd have to check, to be honest. Smith is observed climbing down the control tower as the army approaches. Macaulay makes his way there, and Smith has reached the ground by the time Macaulay arrives. Smith, what's going on? It's time to speak the truth. Macaulay, my dear boy, it is good to see you've made it. Long story short, I had to play my part and see about scuttling the Valkyrie. This is where the infection began and where the mass indoctrinate everyone, all that time ago. But recently, put a plan in motion to have Miranda lead the breakaway sovereign nation, with Kibitz, Charisma and the others who were indoctrinated. And what happened? Split with the sovereign nation triggered an emergency Prosperous board meeting here where we were to discuss a way forward. But my old Captain Diego has had his regrets over these years and owed me a favor, so we seized the opportunity to scuttle the ship with everyone on board. Did anyone survive? Captain Diego went down with the ship. Well, he was obliterated when he detonated the explosive that blew a hole in the side of the ship. But it's how he wanted to go. There were a few that swam ashore and away to safety. But I spiked the tea of the Prosperous board members with Lily of the Valley, so they are all dead. Prosperous are rudderless in more ways than one, and literally. Try me never to drink tea with you again. I do apologize for my behavior these past 2 years, but I've had to keep the Prosperous convinced that I was indoctrinated, when really I was betting for the other team. There's only one Prosperous board member who wasn't at the board meeting, Anatoly. Jump traveled to the moon years ago to establish Project Genesis there. So, what do we do now? I have 2 games for me that I should play. I've played Frostpunk. I don't know Corruption 2029. I'll look at it. I'll look into it. Sycorax and Caliban, brother, your wife and son. They were only shallow husks of my beloved wife and son, Rachel and Connor. Piece by piece, their memories, personalities, and all things good and pure were taken and replaced with malevolence as they became indoctrinated by the mass. I was not there for them. I let them down as a husband and a father. Now we all pay the price for my mistakes. Please forgive me. I killed your wife and son. You want my forgiveness? Paid the ultimate price of seeing my wife and son fade into monsters. My memories of them became echoes that I couldn't grasp. I deserved that agonizing tragedy of witnessing my cherished family transform into a manifestation of evil. The world shouldn't be punished for what I could have stopped if only I'd been there for them as a husband and a father. Wasn't just Rachel and Connor? Yes, but Rachel and Connor were by far the brightest scientists, and I took that for granted. I thought I could leave them to their own devices, whilst I went around saving the world from near disaster, day after day. But I missed out on what should have been close to me, and catastrophe unfolded. The music is fitting too, yeah. What about Indoctrination, Zonation, and Miranda? The mass sample taken from the moon was in physical contact with the intelligence. It therefore has the ability to influence the mind of other organics. The initial mass sample was quite large, and on its own it could influence those that came with close proximity. It was stored on deck 3 of the Valkyrie, where members of the Prosperous were lured there. My close advisors Unity and Domain initially fought against the mass, but even they were overcome and succumbed. How did you resist? Miranda deduced what was happening, and we knew we were outnumbered, so together with Cubit's charisma and the others we used our higher levels of intelligence to resist the mass, and of course the magic badger helped strengthen our minds too. Ultimately, we maintained control of our minds, but we had to play along as if we were indoctrinated. We could not show emotion, self-awareness, or self-think. Over the past 29 years, we've all had various roles and duties to perform for the mass. So, secretly, we've been double agents and have subtly been sabotaging where we can. So, Miranda and the nation worked with you? Yes, and I'm grateful that Miranda was spared and exiled. She was taken to safety, and you will see her again. While you were unconscious, did you know that you were actually in control of Unity? You were in control of everyone on the battlefield, me included at times. The powers combined with the magic badger are quite something. Mass trials, what was the intended purpose? Originally, it was supposed to be a proof of concept. The mass sample was atomized and spread over the planet. But it was spread thinly, and a tiny amount on its own wasn't enough to control someone. So it needed a kickstart, a catalyst if you like. Mass trials were supposed to be conducted on a group of leading individuals, now called the Union. To show that a control tower could send a signal to activate the mass with everyone who is infected. I faked some results to show it worked, which left me with plenty of time to use the mass trials for another purpose. There was mention of mutants. Yes, I wanted to find a way to use the mass against itself. Of course, I had to be very careful and take my time in the end. I just never managed to get around to creating a mutant. I was very close, and think a little bit of synthesized radiation therapy might do the trick. Time will tell. He uses the mind control program to also explain the command and control. Yeah, I suppose. Magic Badger and the Prosperous. The entity you know as the Magic Badger has no name. It's a title given by its followers, who first heard this voice while near badgers. They thought it was the badgers talking. But anyway, when the intelligence turned on the Magic Badger, it was forced into hiding. The Magic Badger formed the Prosperous to secretly maintain control and influence over the world to protect it from the intelligence. As a vastly intelligent and wealthy individual, I was recruited to lead the Prosperous. Task I did so very well, if I may say so myself. The Magic Badger protects those it can from indoctrination, but its powers are limited. Where is he now? Never seen the Magic Badger. Its voice just speaks to me as it did to you. I believe the Magic Badger survives within the minds of the followers, which is why they are slightly different. I believe the intelligence in the mass is a form of progeny of the Magic Badger. The Magic Badger used to communicate with Miranda and the others that were resistant when the mass took over the Valkyrie. That's when the followers of the Magic Badger began cropping up around the world. Hey, Chipmunk. We did win, yes. This is the ending of, well, this map. The Prosperous and its intention always remained a secret. I set up the Sovereign Nation for anything the public and thus the intelligence could see. Sovereign Nation in the public eye was simply a group of wealthy mercenaries. This allowed us to operate in the open and have our own headquarters on a ship in the international waters. The original ship, Sovereign, was replaced by the Valkyrie in early 2019, shortly before the mass indoctrinated nearly everyone on board. In Norse mythology, a Valkyrie chooses who may die and who may live in battle. Fitting, no? So, why did the Prosperous go to the dark side of the moon? As the population of the world increased, and so did the size of the Prosperous. Unfortunately, and most ironically, we lost control of the Prosperous. I recruited another wealthy friend of mine, Natalie, to join the Prosperous management board. But like many wealthy and power individuals, he wanted more. He wanted to control the world for his own gain. He was the one leading the mind control experiments and led my wife and son astray while I was away. He was the one lead the expedition to the dark side of the moon and brought back the sample of the mass. But the mind of Natalie is weak and he was easy prey for the mass. Now he does the bidding of the intelligence. Well, I guess we know who we have to take care of. Or does he know? He took Project Genesis to the moon. Project Genesis uses the adaptive qualities of the mass to bring life to otherwise inhospitable locations. Natalie, as we're speaking, is using Project Genesis to bring life to the moon. Over the past 29 years, he's been bringing infected to the moon so that they can first build defenses around the intelligence, and second, so that they can be harvested local to the intelligence, thus boosting its power. This is why we could never rest on our laurels once we established the new colonies a year ago. Our eventual demise is inevitable. That's why we had to establish a combined army. Our only hope for success is to attack the intelligence on the moon. Boys, we're going to the moon. I mean, I don't know if we have a rocket and how much we can bring, but better get ready for that. What's the actual purpose of the control towers? What you've been told about the control towers, that they control the infected. It's the truth, but not the whole truth. Whilst pretending to be indoctrinated, I designed them to act as a trigger for the Tempest, so that once everyone was infected with the mass, a signal could be broadcasted to activate the mass. I designed not one but two hidden flaws that went unnoticed. Knowledge is power. What are the flaws? Control towers were only supposed to initiate the signal to begin the Tempest, after which the mass would have been able to sustain itself without the need for the control towers. Think of control towers as like the spark plugs or heating coil for getting an engine started. Once the engine is started, it has its own mechanisms to prevent it from stalling. But I forged the results from the mass trials to show that without control towers, the mass would be interrupted, and thus would be unable to maintain control of those infected. So why did they all die when a control tower was destroyed? Zombie Moon, yes. But I don't know. Just remember that To the Moon was a really fun, well, interesting game. More of a story than a game, but I liked it. Well, that's the second flaw. I knew that eventually the mass would realize it could be self-sufficient without the reliance on control towers, so built in a kill switch so that once the control tower was destroyed, it would actually send out a signal that imploded the minds of all the infected under its broadcasting radius. That's what the organic sound was on its destruction. The mass screaming out in pain as the control tower sent a signal to scramble everything that was connected within range. So why didn't it work in Africa? The mass adapted to the kill switch signal, so that is what was no longer scrambled. It was inevitable, but brought enough time and confusion for me to enact my other plans. We were never going to be able to just destroy control towers to wipe out all of the infected. After all, they are billions. Well, they were. Now their numbers are a lot less. In secret, over the past 29 years, we commissioned to the 100 control towers in Prague as a trap for the mass. It's all rather complicated science, but essentially they preyed on the millions of infected that attacked in the ambush, and used their mass and kinetic energy to create an anti-mass explosion. Oh, I'll take your word for it. So how many infected are left? It's been 29 years since the Tempest began, and many of the infected began wasting away after 29 days, let alone 29 years. But most of the infected are still able to perform basic actions such as eating and drinking. The infected might not dine as lavishly as civilization before the Tempest, but they are still easy pickings such as fruit, and, well, that humans to feast on. Our estimates put the most recent infected numbers at 2 billion. With your efforts and the sacrifice in Prague, the numbers close to us are relatively low. But with our plans to stop the intelligence in motion, this won't last long. There we go. Enough questions, let's go and stop the intelligence. It's question time. Indeed, but first we must go to Chernobyl, where in 1986 I arranged a nuclear accident to help block the influence of the Infinites. Oh, Smith. Infected have a stronghold there now, I believe, for two reasons. One, they know we need to obtain radioactive isotopes there to forge special anti-mass bombs. Second, and more worryingly, I believe the mass is attempting to use the high levels of radioactivity there to adapt and change, thus allowing the intelligence to take full control. Oh, it's gonna be mutants, isn't it? Full control of what? Basically everything that has ever existed in all space and time. Currently, anything that has come into contact with the mass is connected, and the intelligence could control. Now the intelligence was created with the mandate to preserve life. Unfortunately, it took this literally and wants all life that ever existed anywhere to be infected with the mass, so the intelligence can control and preserve it. You see, the intelligence has no emotion. It doesn't understand that life is about living, or not simply existing. And if the mass can adapt and join with radiation, then it could travel to the cosmos. That sounds very bad. We'd better get going. Absolutely. Imagine a life without G. But don't forget, you and the intelligence share a link through the mass. I'm surprised it hasn't been in contact again. I suspect it's hiding in the shadows of your mind, prying on your thoughts. After all, now we've had this chat, it'll know you're headed to Chernobyl. I won't tell you what comes next until we get there. Firstly, so that the intelligence doesn't find out my plans. Secondly, make sure you have a reason to keep me alive. I hope that now you know everything you can forgive me for what I've done. Imagine a life with tea? No, I want the life with tea. The music is like a nursery rhyme. Well, I mean, you might just listen to the music alone. I mean, suppose we keep him on the good side. I can forgive you, Smith. Jolly good. It means a lot after sacrificing everything I cherish to know someone believes in me. Chernobyl, here we come. Morale 11. Well, I think the highest you can have is 10, but for the next mission, but that'll give us a head start. That was quite the interesting mission. Still really like it. Wanna play the campaign yourself? Well, there's the map. Make sure to upvote it if you liked it.